Hello and welcome to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session, we are going to discuss about CDP 4001 certification, which is recently launched by the Cloudera, and the certification name is Cloudera Data Analyst. So I'll go through some of the frequently asked questions about this certification. Then we will go through how you can access this material from the hadoopexam.com. So let me open the PDF and then we can discuss about that. So these are the FAQ which we have prepared for this certification, which you can download from the hadoopexam.com, or you can access the link from the at the bottom of this video. So let me start this. So what are the earning criteria for this certification, which is provided by Cloudera? Cloudera is one of the leading big data solution provider company. There's nobody which compete with the same level which Cloudera providing their solution. They are the leader. Previously, Hortonworks was the separate company which got merged with the Cloudera, and that become a bigger and large listed organization in United States. So for this certification, CDP 4001 Data Analyst, you need to have this basic skill set to pass this certification. Cloudera data visualization, which they will provide their own tool, and you should be able to visualize the provided data on that tool. Then Cloudera machine learning basic concept, you should be aware how to run machine learning algorithm and how to train your machine learning algorithm. Then Cloudera data science workbench, that is another tool which Cloudera provides. We should have an exposure to that tool, how to utilize that. Basically, but to pass this exam, you may not directly heavily involved with the experience of these tools. So that should be fine if you don't have an exposure to this tool as well, and you should be having theoretical concept knowledge as well. That should suffice to pass this certification exam at least. Then Cloudera data warehouse, this is the how you can build a data warehouse using Cloudera data platform. The the name of the platform in the Cloudera itself is a Cloudera data platform, so which is the majorly which is available in private as well as the public cloud. So we'll discuss in few minutes that. Then Apache Nifi, this is how you move your data from one place to another place. So this is the one tool, but this is again, these are very broad level things which may or may not be directly in the exam, correct? So that is what you have to keep in mind. I'll go in detail level of syllabus of this certification exam in few minutes. Then Apache Hive, this is very critical component for this certification exam. You should be able to write queries using Apache Hive and Apache Impala. Correct? These are the two technology which you need to be well versed to pass this certification exam. Otherwise, it would be very difficult because majority of the syllabus is covered under this topic. So before moving to next question, so let's see how do you get the certificate, how does it look. Once you pass this certification exam, you would get this kind of certificate listed online on the one of the website Credly, correct? And this is publicly visible, so anybody can see and check whether this certificate is valid or not, correct? So this is the one screenshot we have taken from the Credly, how your certificate would be looked like. Their name would be published here on this page, and then it would be visible, correct? And similarly, any organization wanted to verify your certification, they can go on Credly and they can verify whether the certification is valid or not. Now moving to next question is, what is the full name of the CDP 4001 certification? As we discussed, this is CDP Data Analyst. So you would be very well versed with the SQL queries which you can write using Impala Hive. Then how to train your machine learning algorithm, how to utilize the data warehouse system provided by Cloudera. So those basic things you should be aware. How many questions would be there in the real exam? There would be only 50 questions, but number of question is less, but the complexity of question may be but high. So you need to think like 120 minutes are given for this exam. So approximately 2.5 minute you are getting for this each question while answering. So some question may not require that much of time, but some may require even more than 2.5 minutes. So you have to prepare, and so practice is very important for this exam. You must have a very good practice for this to pass this certification exam. Now moving to next, do Cloudera publishes my score in certificate or as part of result? Answer is no, because we have seen sample certificate. They don't publish the what score you have got it, but at least they will tell you whether you passed this exam or you failed this exam. So that is what the very critical thing they are publishing. Okay, then moving to next, are there any resources reference material allowed during the exam? So if you have appeared in the previous certification exam of Cloudera, which was majorly on CDH based, Cloudera Data Hub component. So on that they have basically provided a hands-on exam where you need to solve 10 to 12 exercises which were provided by Cloudera, and then only once you solve these exercises, then only you can pass this exam. And for that they were providing some reference material while you solve these exercises and kind of thing. And we Hadoop exam has a huge success on that certification as well. Now recently this new certification are launched by the Cloudera because their entire platform is revamped. However, underlying component remains, many of the component remain same, but it was very well organized now and available in multiple form factor like private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud format. So that is why they have changed their certification exam as well, and now they have again come back to the multiple choice and multiple response based certification exam. So you should be able to prepare accordingly. You don't need to get any reference material or anything during the exam. So keep in mind you have to memorize few of the thing, how to solve the complex queries, all this stuff you should know. You should be able to visualize the data, how you can generate the output. So this is what you need to understand for this certification exam. But it become relatively easier than previous exam where hands-on exam was very the preparation was very not so easy, correct? The way for this exam it can be relatively easy to prepare. So I would certainly recommend people who are working on the big data domain and who wanted to enter into the big data domain, which is very in high demand. You should try this certification. This has a very high value in the market because the only leading vendor for the big data is right now Cloudera. The other companies are certainly provide big data solutions, but like IBM is there, Intel is there, HP is there, so they are providing. But again, the leader here is the Cloudera for this system. Okay, big data system. Now moving to the next is the section wise weightage for this exam. So let me go over this. So this is same is available from the Cloudera website as well. So here the this is the detailed syllabus. So I will explain you a bit more in detail. So use Cloudera data visualization. So as I said, they have provided as part of the separate component or as part of their CDP platform or data visualization tool. You should be able to build dashboards using that visualization tool. So to build a dashboard, you need to run a query, correct? So then only you can display the summary, how your data should look like and kind of thing, and which kind of visualization you want to generate. Again, chart, bar chart, pie chart, or any other visualization, map-based visualization. There are various different kind of visualizations are available, so you should be able to generate. So there will be 4 questions on that in the real exam. You would get it. So weightage is 7.5%. You would see here. So there's 4 questions. Now moving to next section is Apache Hive and Apache Impala. Without this, you can't pass this exam. You must have a good experience with Apache Impala and Apache Hive, and both are almost same. There are few differences which you would learn as part of our training. We will provide in future. So like this is in progress. As soon as we are done, it would be available to you. So to combine dataset using unions and joins. So this is they clearly say you should be able to write union or joins for running the queries. And weightage you can see here 27.5%, means out of 50 questions 13 questions would be asked for this exam, correct? So you to pass this exam you need to target at least 35 to 40 questions. You need to pass this. So to pass this exam you need to target this. So for that you need to have a this section is very well prepared, at least because 13 questions is very high amount here. You need to. Now moving to next point is Cloudera Data Science Workbench. This is again another tool for creating machine learning models and training machine learning models and creating machine learning applications, etc. So you should have an exposure to this tool as well. So there the percentage weightage for this section is 7.5%. Again 4 questions for this exam. Now moving to next topic is using the Cloudera machine learning to create machine learning applications and prototype advanced logic. You can see here. So this is what bit machine learning things are being asked here explicitly. So there will be 3 questions asked on this section. Now moving to next section is Apache Ranger and Atlas to secure database tables. This is very I would highly recommend don't forget this section for this exam because these questions are not basically complex in a calculation perspective, correct? These are more of a how do you do the stuff. If you know the stuff, then you just need to say correct answer. You need to choose it, and this would save a lot of time. I don't think so here. If you have a knowledge, then it would take more than 30 seconds to answer this question. So these 4 questions you should well prepare for this exam, at least for this section. So it would give you like time saving as well once you attempt this 4 question and answer correctly. Right? Because this is about knowledge. This is not about how do you perform this. Like Impala Hive query, you need to perform. Application building, you need to perform. But this is not a performance. Basically, this is more of a your knowledge. You should be able to answer how you do this stuff. Then moving to next section is using Apache Hive, Apache Impala. Again, the same tools here, like we have seen here. 13 question was already covered here. Now to provide SQL access to data to browse existing database and tables. This is again grant how you provide in the databases. So that is what you need to know. And I would say this is again relatively easier section to attempt. So these are the 4 questions. You should not have a single wrong answer on this section basically. Correct to pass this exam. Calculate aggregate statistics. This is again SQL queries such as sums, averages, analytical functions during the query using Apache Hive or Apache Impala. So this kind of thing you need to do. Again 30% weightage here. So 15 questions you need to attempt here basically. Correct to pass this exam, and I would highly recommend don't leave Impala and Hive section for the certification exam. Otherwise there is no way you can pass the certification exam. You must have a Impala and Hive knowledge. Develop and implement databases and data collection systems using Cloudera Data Warehouse. Cloudera Data Warehouse is a one tool again on available as part of CDP platform. How do you build and implement this? That is what again you can say. Again, this is the very how do you do that stuff? Basically, not a how do you compute the stuff kind of thing. So this can save time. So I would majorly say uh, don't ignore this Impala and Hive because 15 question here, then 4 question here, 19 question, and then 13 question. So it would be 32 question. Only this section, if you complete correctly, then you would close to pass your certification exam. Then I said this 4 question from this Ranger one actually. So if this all question get right, then that also make you the pass get you the passing score for this exam. So certainly you need to not leave these sections like this one I'm talking about, particular Apache Hive, then this Apache Ranger and Atlas 4 questions, then Apache Hive and Impala the SQL access this 4 questions, and then 15 question again this. Correct. So this section you certainly should not leave at all to pass this if you want to pass this exam. So please go through this our practice material. We are keep adding new questions to our practice material regularly, so you should go through that. So next question is like basically how do you get the material, where the questions and kind of thing. So there are two websites currently we publish our material. One is a quicktechie.com and another is a hadoopexam.com. So any of the website you can try to find it out. Mostly I would recommend go with the hadoopexam.com, and they will redirect all the big data related stuff here. So it would redirect to you respective it may be the our content would be hosted on quicktechie.com, but you can get the references on hadoopexam.com. So every big data material would be available via hadoopexam.com. So you can go through this and you can get and access those materials. So as you know, Hadoop exam is very old websites which we have launched. Like previously we were having different name, but in around 2012 or 13 we have renamed it to hadoopexam.com to make it more relevant with the big data system. So now since then it become very popular, and we have a huge customer base which is using the hadoopexam.com material. So I would highly recommend please go through this and try to subscribe the material which you are looking for. And we would always try to improve and add more and more content which can help you on career, specifically on hadoopexam.com for big data and cloud and machine learning, data science, and some programming stuff would be available here. Similarly, on quicktechie.com, you can create your profile, you can read books, and many other stuff is available basically. So that is what you can go. But I would say primary you go to for the big data is hadoopexam.com's website. Now moving to next is I there are two platform in the Cloudera, basically private cloud and public cloud. So what does the name, what does it means kind of thing, correct? So there are two platform. One is Cloudera private cloud based, and oh sorry, in the private itself there are two version, private cloud based and another is a private cloud plus. So there is some different. Private cloud base is a fully on premise. Private cloud plus you can have a some part on the your cloud as well. Right. So I have created completely separate video to explain in detail what is the cloud base, what is cloud plus, what is public cloud based Cloudera platform. So in detail, just go through our YouTube channel and you can find this detailed demonstration, detailed discussion about this platform which is available from the Cloudera data platform, because there is sometimes people get confused what exactly in which platform we need to use it and what does it mean, how to prepare. So there are many confusion, so that we have covered in that video, so you can go through this. So you can download this PDF as well. So what is CDP private cloud? This is very similar to what you have been seeing from the last many years, like Cloudera Data Hub CDH and then Hortonworks data platform previously, and both got merged now basically, correct? So this is very similar to this. You can build that cluster in your on-premise data center and you can use it. So on bare metal servers basically, not necessarily like on-premise only. If you have a Google Cloud account which you can build your 100 node cluster, you 50 node cluster, 10 node cluster, a kind of thing. Our trainings would be mostly on the Google Cloud, so that no platform dependency or nothing. So some people have a Windows desktop, some people have MacBook, some people have Linux based system. So there is a difficult to prepare basically the um, what you can say platform to for all these three failed platform and to prepare for this practice and prepare for this exam. So we thought to come as an Google Cloud as a solution. So we build our custom images there, and those images would be shared with you, and you can use those images to build your practice environment or whatever it is, and we will provide the complete instructions how to you can build that platform using the open source available tools, and then you can use those images to build your practice material on the Google Cloud. And this would be on demand basis, so whenever you need it you start it, and whenever you don't need it you stop it basically, correct? So that way you can utilize the this. So that for that I also publish a separate video. So this is basically CDP private cloud is a bare metal, like you would select your servers, and on that you would go and manually install your entire Cloudera data platform and then make it available for your customer or your team to use basically. So that is a private cloud. What is the private cloud plus? Basically this is a private cloud is the one basically base version we have discussed, plus integrated with other services and provide services like data lakes and provide data storage and SDX services, secure data exchange services. These all things together is called a private cloud base plus basically, correct? Now I'm looking for a trainings and certification for this material. I would highly recommend whatever your requirement, send an email to admin@hadoopexam.com. If our material exists, our trainer is available, or anything which we have based on your requirement, we will try to provide that solution. So please connect on admin@hadoopexam.com, and we will try to answer your queries on time, and if possible, if any material is relevant to your requirement, we will try to share this. So we are coming up with the various training ways, basically on demand video recorded training, which is by default we publish most of the time, correct? And under this you would get all this material. Then one-on-one online trainings if our trainer is available, correct? Then one-on-one training would also be possible based on our trainer's availability, so you can send a request for that. But obviously keep in mind this is one-on-one training. This would be relatively very expensive training, because our experienced trainer will spend time with the one-on-one with the one person. So this would be an expensive training, but if our trainer is available, we certainly try to help you on that. Batch online training, if you have people more than 2 3 4 5, you can discuss us, send us an email, and we would try to provide the training as well. So send us your requirement on this email ID, and we would try to help you to get this detail, correct? So that's all about this. Now how do you access the CDP 4001 material? So that is what I'm going to tell you. So first, when you launch the website, we use completely Gmail based account ID or Google based account ID to log into our website, kind of thing, correct? So here you can see I have logged in using hadoopexam@gmail.com. So whatever ID you are logged in, you can see your email ID. Now go under the Cloudera section. If you click on the Cloudera section, new page would be launched, and under this is the first certification. You can see CDP 4001. You click on this, and this will redirect you to the quicktechie.com. Here the certification where you can purchase it, and basically, or if you have already purchased, then you go to course contents and click on the sample practice paper to see the sample practice paper. And here it would open in a separate window to this practice paper. So as you can see here, this is what it is available. This is the instruction for this. This is the same FAQ which we have discussed, and now this is the questions which you can see here. And to see the data, please click on the image to maximize it, so that you can see this data, how this data looks like, correct? Because to answer your query you need to have this image visible, and then you can select the answers and you can submit it basically. So that way you can see the explanation to your answers and relevant any information for this question is you need to know. This is available as part of this. correct. So that is very important thing. How do you select the images? Otherwise you won't be able to see the data. Now next, moving to another important thing, always keep in mind you are logged in with this whatever email id you have been given access. This is very critical. So you make sure you circle here whatever in browser you are seeing it, it is the same email id on which you have been given access. Otherwise it would be difficult, because generally people have more than one gmail account, and you are logged in with different gmail account on which you don't have a permission, then it would be difficult to access this material, correct. So that is what about this. So this is our quick techie website where we have this things available basically, correct. So here directly CDP 4001 menu is not available. We'll try to create that, but this is the certification under Cloudera is now we recently launched. So that's all about this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like this session, and we are able to create your awareness about this certification. So thank you. I'm stopping now. Thanks.